Hello everyone, welcome to another Dragon Ball Super card game deck profile video. This time around, I'm profiling my Bonds of Friendship Son Goku black version of the deck. I already profiled my green black, but I wanted to bring a red a little bit black, mostly because of the Grandpa Gohan engine that you can play in this deck to make it super explosive. It's very combo-y. It can dish out a ton of damage because the deck just works. Honestly, the deck just kind of works. And the whole shtick of the deck is to use Grandpa Gohan to the rescue to shuffle bandages and a spike in the drop area back into the deck, and then tutor out a Grandpa Gohan from the deck with plus 5,000 power and double strike. And really, you're just going to be doing this over and over again until you just like chipper your opponent and you beat them straight up. As for ratios, in terms of the black card ratios, I cut out a few staple ratios, and instead I changed a few things. So instead of playing 5 Dragon Balls, I'm only playing 4. I'm only playing 2 Krillin, and I think I'm only playing 2 Shenron. I could probably upgrade the 4-star and the Krillin back to 1 if I cut the Adventurous Son Goku, but I think this guy is a little bit too spicy for my taste to cut it out right now. Anyway, so before I go into the rest of the deck and I cover the deck card by card, I'll give you guys a friendly reminder to at the end of the video, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, as just shows me that you like what I'm doing and you want to keep up with my Dragon Ball content. Also, feel free to stick around and listen to what I have to say in the video. I already gave you the deck list, but I would really appreciate if you guys just stick throughout the whole video and hear what I have to say, so you can kind of get a better understanding of what this deck wants to do. Anyway, let's get started with the leader. So, very simple. If you have a skillless battle card in the drop area, you can awaken a 6, and once per turn you reveal a 4-star Dragon Ball, and then you can draw a card and gives this the leader plus 5,000 power, which is really good. So you really can already start putting more pressure on your opponent's leader with just its with 15k over 10k, so your opponent can't even just combo one card, and you know that early damage will really matter for this deck. And then when you flip over by drawing a card and untapping one of your energies. You become Bonds of Friendship Son Goku. Very powerful. You can reveal a 4-star Dragon Ball in your hand, reveal it, draw 2 cards. Then you can its other effect is that when you combo with a skillless battle card, you can you get plus 5,000 combo for the duration of turn, so it's very powerful. And ideally, the reason why I want to play the Grandpa Gohan energy is because you're going to be drawing a ton of cards with Bonds of Friendship Son Goku, and most of the time you don't really want to discard anything, but because you have cards like your Spike and your Grandpa Gohan and the bandages, you actually want to discard these cards to set them up in the graveyard for your Grandpa Gohan to come in and wreak havoc. So very cool. And other than that, like, the deck just kind of works by itself. So let's get started with the black side of the deck. I think my ratio is 24 to 26. I think it's pretty good. I'm not really looking for a 25-25 split. I think this works just fine. Starting off with the 4-star Dragon Ball. This card's just really good. It counts as a Dragon Ball. You can always get it back through a lot of ways, and it's just a 10k pump for your skills battle cards. And the card's just really good. It's really one of the main ways that you're going to get your advantage up, by just like revealing it, drawing cards, and just putting out a ton of damage on the board. And then we have Power Burst. This negate is just so strong, because not only can you not pay its cost by just taking one hit with Sparking 5, but you can also negate the attack, and then you can choose a black battle card from the drop area or warp area and add it to your hand. So it's very good, because you're allowed to recycle cards like your Bonds of Friendship Android 8, your Gokus, and even your Bandages, or even your Baba. So very nice. But yeah, this is just like the staple black negate in my opinion. It's just very solid, especially in this type of deck, which is just like a lot of beatdown. Then we have our Bonds of Friendship Android 8, just a phenomenal card all around. This card just does so much for this deck. It's actually insane how good this card is for the deck. What it does is, when you play it, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and then you choose a skillless battle card among them and you add them to your hand. Very powerful, because it gives you that nice little advantage. But its second effect is what's the most broken side of it. So when your Son Goku childhood card is KO'd or it leaves the battle area, choose one of your opponent's cards and just KO it. Like, there's no restrictions, just like nothing, right? It's just a obviously there's barrier, but like it doesn't have to be a card under a specific power level, or it doesn't have to be under a specific cost. No, you just KO anything, which makes this card super disgusting. Then we have our Son Goku. The Adventure Begins, just a very, very powerful card. When its main effect is that you can just add a 4-star Dragon Ball from your deck to your hand, so very, very good. Ideally, you want to open this up turn 1, you play this, and then you get a 4-star, and then you can get another draw with your Son Goku. Very, very nice because you can just reveal it, draw a card, and really just gets all of your plays going. But its main effect is that you can pay two energy, and if your leader is black, you can choose a skillless battle card with an edge cost of 3 or less from your deck, or drop area and play it. Then you shuffle your deck, so you can just immediately tour out that Grandpa Gohan from the deck, or even your Yamcha. But yeah, this card is just super, super strong, because it filters your deck, just gets all of your plays going, and it's also treated as a Son Goku childhood, which combos really, really nicely with your Bonds of Friendship Android 8, because you can like combo with this card later on after you use its effect, and then you can KO something with Android 8, and you can also revive it back with Shenron, which makes this card even better because you just keep going, like you just don't stop making plays with this card. It's absolutely insane. Moving on, we have our Temporal Rescue Trunks, our super combo, Sparking 5. I'm playing this for the same reason that I'm playing Power Burst. It's very easy to have Sparking 5 in this deck, especially with this version of the deck where you want to have your drop area filled up with all these pretty good cards to then bring out your Grandpa Gohan. And it's just, that traditional 10k pump draws you a card. It's just very, very good. Moving on, we have our Training Buddy Krillin, pretty decent. You can just, when you play this, you can choose a 2-cost or less skills card from the dropper, so it's going to be a Yamcha, and then you just play it, and you also get to give something -10. I'm not playing 3 copies of this card like I was in my previous build in green-black, but I think just having this just the option to play it is pretty nice, but sometimes you end up just using this as energy because the deck already does so much without it. Moving on, Spicy Tech, Adventurous Son Goku, very, very good. Nice 2-drop that can put a Dragon Ball in the drop area, and then also gives, it gains double strike and +10, so it's a 20k double striker on turn 2. So a lot of times the opponent is just going to be forced to use a negate or to combo to protect himself. So this card just applies a ton of pressure. Also, it's a Son Goku card, which makes this card even better. And then finally, for the black cards, Shenron, Figure of Majesty. I love this card so much because it gives you constant advantage and also can just revive 2-drops from the drop area. And on top of that, you can also have the option to give something +5 in critical, which works really, really well with this deck because if you have your Grandpa Gohan with double strike or the Adventurous Son Goku, you can give it that +5 in critical, so they become critical double strikers, which puts a ton of pressure on board, and your opponent will most likely not want to take the hits, right? Now, that's about it for the black section of the deck. It's pretty standard. I think these cards just work too well together and make up the whole deck, and then everything else is just filler that you just want to mess around with. And I just really wanted to mess around with the Grandpa Gohan. Anyway, first off, we have Bandages. He's a blocker, and when he's KO'd, you just play a Spike from the drop area in rest mode. So pretty decent card. It's only for 4,000 powers, so that kind of sucks, but it's just a nice little 1-drop that you can have in your deck to just bring out the Spike, which is a much, much more important card. Then we have the Baba Champions Leader. I really want to play 4 copies of this card. I think this card is just super, super strong because when you play, you just send a Bandage, a Spike, or Son Gohan from the deck into the drop area, and then you can immediately play a Bandages from the drop area. So essentially, turn 1, you're going to have a Baba and a Bandages. Most often, more often than not, that's really what you're looking to. So you have immediately 2 bodies on field to help you combo, to protect yourself, or to just block things. Then we have 2 copies of Everybody's Pal Yamcha. I really want to increase the number of Everybody's Pal Yamchas in the deck. Maybe I'll cut the Krillins and play like an extra Yamcha and an extra Baba. We'll see. But Everybody's Pal Yamcha, just very good when it attacks. Look at the top 3 and add an Earthling. 2 cost. 15,000 power, just a very, very strong card overall, because most, if not all of your deck is made up of Earthlings, so you can just pretty much plus and get whatever you want, and also helps you shuffle the deck, so maybe like if you were to break, you don't really break anymore. My other vanilla card is the 2-drop Yamcha. It's just another Yamcha, pretty good one and just, it's pretty standard. I mean, I was thinking of playing between this Yamcha or the Piccolo, but this Yamcha is an Earthling, so I can always get it back. I can draw into it with Everybody's Pal Yamcha, and then I can combo with it to gain bonus effects and stuff. But yeah, just a really nice card to have in your deck. Moving on to the spicier of the to the rescue cards is the Spike. He's 6,000 power, which is pretty bad, but when he attacks, he gains +9 for the duration of the turn. And when this card is KO'd, you choose up to a Sun Gohan from the drop area and you play it in rest mode. So it can literally be like any Sun Gohan. Because these are both treated as Sun Gohan. Before I go into the Supreme Power Pie, I'm just going to cover these two Gohans. The first one is the Grandpa Gohan. It's just a really, really powerful card in general because it's just a 30k body on the field and it's very, very difficult to get rid of, especially with the Spike that you can just keep bringing it back more often than not if you have a Shenron on the field as well. So like these three cards just like make this like really difficult loop to break. It's not really like a lock or whatever, it's just like you just have this constant ability to recycle cards. Before I go into the big, thick Grandpa Gohan, I'm going to talk about Grandpa Gohan to the rescue. So this is really what the whole red section of the deck revolves around. And its effect is active main, choose this card along with the bandages and the Spike from the drop area, place them at the bottom of their owner's decks, and then choose up to one Grandpa Gohan from your deck or drop area and play it. Then choose that card against +5,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn. Then shuffle the deck if you look through it. So essentially you just bring this Grandpa Gohan out, the vanilla one. It's 35,000 power with double strike and it's just really, really powerful. Then you can give it more damage with Farsight Dragon Ball, and you can also give it more damage with the Shenron Figure of Majesty. And finally we have the Grandpa Gohan, just the nice little vanilla, simple, effective card, just 30k, puts lots of pressure on boards. And finally, to wrap up the video, we have the Hidden Power East Supreme Kai, which just has the double strike, just helps you get more damage on the field because you don't have a lot of double strikers in the deck, but with the East Power Supreme Kai, you can get those double strike hits. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.